Good afternoon, dear students. I am Ms. Vandana Pai. In today's lecture of the course Diploma in Human Resource Management, yes, we will be studying the paper number 1, Management of Industrial Relations. Into that, unit number 2, okay, Industrial Conflict. Okay, into that, we will be studying one of the content, that is prevention and settlement of industrial disputes. Okay, so let's start. So let's discuss prevention and settlement of industrial disputes. Okay, prior to that, just recall what we have studied into industrial conflict. Okay, what is industrial conflict? Okay, industrial conflict means conflict which arise within industries. Okay, see, we have gone through industrial relations. Okay, in which, okay, two actors, okay, actually there are three actors of industrial relations, but into that two actors are most active actors. Okay, and mostly what happens, these two actors, they are interrelated to each other. Okay, which are these two actors? These two actors are employer and employee. Okay, now whenever we consider employer as well as employee, okay, see, there are many issues or there are many things due to which these two people, they might enter into conflict. Okay, so whenever we consider this conflicts, what are the reasons of conflict within employer and employee? See, there might be issues related to work, there might be issues related to remuneration or compensation, there might be issues related to the working environment, there might be issues related to facilities and amenities provided. Okay, there might be issues related to working time, working hours, working shift. Okay, or the quality of work life which is provided by the industry to these people. Okay, so whenever we consider all these things, okay, whenever we consider all these things, okay, what is important? Yes, see, if we, that is the employer as well as employee, okay, if these two people, they enter into conflict, what will happen then? Yes, the whole industry will be disturbed. Okay, the whole industry will be disturbed due to this. Okay, now see, in the last lecture we have gone through strike and lockouts, the types of industrial conflicts, right? Okay, so whenever we consider strike, okay, what is strike? Okay, strike, why does it happens? See, some of the complaints or grievances, okay, some of the complaints or grievances of the employees, okay, some of the some of the demands, some of the needs, some of the wants, okay, some of the, okay, desires of the employees, if they are not fulfilled, okay, if some of the facilities which are very much needed by the employees, if they are not satisfied, okay, what will happen? Yes, it will be converted into complaints. Okay, and the employee goes on complaining. Okay, the employee goes on complaining. Okay, and they report to their employer. Okay, they report to their employer. Okay, what happens then? The employer, okay, the employer, if he doesn't consider, or if he doesn't pay attention to the grievances of the employees, okay, if he doesn't look after the grievances of the employees, and if the grievances are not redressed, okay, if the grievances, they are not redressed, then what will happen? Yes, if the grievances are not redressed, okay, if they are prolonged, okay, if they are prolonged, then surely what will happen? Yes, it will be turned towards strikes. Okay, see, these people, these employees, what they do, if their grievances are not resolved, they approach their union. Okay, and union leaders, they are aggressive, that much aggressive. What they will do then? Yes, they will call for tool down. Is it? They will call for tool down, pen down, okay, such type of things. And yes, the employees, they do stop working. Okay, if the employees stop working, then what will happen? Yes, your organization's production activity will be stopped. If the production activity is stopped, then yes, if the production activity is stopped, then what will happen? Yes, who will be affected? The organization will be affected, right? Okay, now if the strike is prolonged, okay, for more period of time, for days, for months, for weeks, is it? If that strike is prolonged, who is responsible for this then? Yes, who is responsible for this? Employer, right? They have not fulfilled some of the facilities, okay, which were needed by the employee. Okay, due to this, what will happen? Yes, what has happened? The organization production process is stopped. Okay, if production is not done in time, okay, in the right time, whenever the customers, they were in need of product, if you are not able to avail it to them, then what will happen? Yes, your distribution will not be done. You will not be able to fulfill the demand of the customers. Okay, if demand is not equal to supply, yes, your objectives will not be completed. Your objective is not completed. Surely, one day you are supposed to shut down your organization or company, right? Was this the motive behind establishing our organization? No, this is not the motive, right? Okay, so what happens usually? Okay, if the strike is prolonged, then yes, the employer also, okay, his ego is hurted. Okay, employee's ego is hurted, and what they do? They announce lockdown, they announce lockouts. Okay, lockouts means what? Forcefully the employer locks the company. Okay, because see, he knows, okay, this person, he knows that, okay, the employee is dependent upon our organization. Is it? He is dependent upon our organization. Okay, unless until he earns something, his livelihood is not possible. ओके, म्हणजे बघा, हा जो व्यक्ती आहे, हा जो एम्प्लॉयर आहे, त्या एम्प्लॉयरला माहिती आहे, समजा आपण आपल्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये ह्याने काम केलं नाही तर त्याला सॅलरी किंवा त्याचं रेम्युनरेशन मिळणार नाही. जर रेम्युनरेशन मिळालं नाही तर त्याचं जे घर आहे ते चालणार नाही, हे त्याला पक्कं माहिती आहे. म्हणून तो काय करतो? लॉकआउट करतो म्हणजे काय? ओके, कंपनी थोड्या दिवसासाठी बंद ठेवतो. ओके, आता ह्या फेजला काय म्हणतो आपण? लॉकआउट्स. ओके, आणि स्ट्राईक काय असतात? त्याला मराठीमध्ये संप असं म्हणतात. ओके, बघा, एम्प्लॉईज जे असतात त्यांचे काही डिमांड्स असतात. ओके, फॉर एक्झाम्पल रेम्युनरेशन वाढवून द्या, वर्किंग आवर्स कमी करा, ओके, शिफ्ट्स जे आहेत ते नॉर्मल करा, ओके, किंवा काही फॅसिलिटीज आम्हाला प्रोव्हाइड करा. ओके, लंच ब्रेक जास्त कालावधीसाठी द्या. ओके, टी ब्रेक 2-4 द्या. इज इट? सच टाईप ऑफ थिंग्स, सच टाईप ऑफ येस डिमांड्स आर देअर ऑफ द एम्प्लॉईज. ओके, हे डिमांड्स घेऊन ते एम्प्लॉयरला अप्रोच होतात. ओके, त्यांच्या ओनरला अप्रोच होतात. ओनरला म्हणतात अशा अशा प्रकारचे आमचे डिमांड्स आहेत, ओके, ते तुम्ही फुलफिल करा. ओके, मग तर एम्प्लॉयर काय म्हणतो? येस, एम्प्लॉयर प्रत्येक वेळी सगळं ऐकून घेईल असं नाही. इज इट? एम्प्लॉयर म्हणतं येस, वी कांट फुलफिल युअर डिमांड. ओके, मग एम्प्लॉई काय करतो, एम्प्लॉई ट्रेड युनियनकडे जातो, त्यांची कामगार संघटना जी आहे त्यांच्याकडे जातो. ओके, ट्रेड युनियन काय करतं मग, येस ट्रेड युनियन काय करतं, येस ट्रेड युनियन म्हणतं की आपण संप करू, आपण टूल डाऊन करू, आपण पेन डाऊन करू. ओके, पेन डाऊन किंवा टूल डाऊन म्हणजे काय, आपण काम थांबवू. ओके, आणि मग ते काम थांबवतात. मग काय होतं, ओके, एम्प्लॉयर जो आहे त्याचा पण इगो हर्ट होतो. त्याला माहिती आहे की हा जो एम्प्लॉई आहे त्याने समजा अर्न केलं नाही, आपण समजा त्याला रेम्युनरेशन दिलं नाही तर काय होईल, येस आपण समजा त्याला रेम्युनरेशन दिलं नाही तर ह्याचं जे लिव्हलाईवूड आहे ह्याचं, ओके, ह्याचं घर जे आहे ते चालणार नाही, बरोबर आहे. ओके, त्यामुळे तो काय करतो, लॉकआउट करतो. लॉकआउट म्हणजे काय, फोर्सफुली कंपनी थोड्या दिवसांसाठी बंद ठेवतो, जोपर्यंत एम्प्लॉयरला येऊन विनंती करत नाही तोपर्यंत ऑर्गनायझेशन कंपनी चालू करायची नाही असं डिसाईड करतो. दिस फेज इज कॉल्ड एज लॉकआउट. ओके, वी हॅव डिस्कस दिस टाइप्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट राईट इन द लास्ट लेक्चर. Okay, now prevention and settlement of industrial dispute. See, if this industrial dispute it is carried for a long period of time, it is not good for the organization's survival. Okay, म्हणजे ऑर्गनायझेशन जी आहे ती सर्वाईव्ह होऊ शकत नाही, ऑर्गनायझेशन जी आहे ती सर्वाईव्ह होऊ शकत नाही अशा प्रकारे समजा एन्व्हायरमेंट असेल तर. Okay, getting it? So, how to resolve it? How to resolve such type of industrial disputes? Okay, industrial disputes means what? Disputes which are conducted within the industry. Okay, disputes which are conducted within industry are called as industrial disputes. Okay, getting it? So, how to control such type of industrial dispute, okay, how to, yes, control such type of industrial dispute, okay, so that yes, our organization will never stop, okay, it will survive for long period of time. And if such type of industrial disputes are there, then how to settle them, okay, how to bring the phase to normal. ओके, स्टॉर्मिंग फेजवरून नॉर्मिंग फेजवर कसं यायचं. ओके, सो हियर वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग दोज थिंग्स, दोज पॉईंट्स, ओके, विच विल हेल्प अस टू प्रिव्हेंट अँड सेटल द industrial disputes. Okay, first, okay, some of the useful methods used for prevention and settlement of industrial disputes are works committee, conciliation officers, okay, board of conciliation, court of inquiry, labor courts, industrial tribunals and national tribunal. Okay, see, nowadays industrial relations are not a bilateral affair between the management and the labor. Government is playing an active role in promoting industrial relations. Okay, industrial relations means what? Relations within the industry, relation between employer, employee and government. Okay, relation between employer, employee and government. Okay, why this relation is important? Yes, this relation is important so that there will be harmony into the, yes, into the industry. Is it? There will be soundness into the industry, right? Okay, so the concept of industrial relations has therefore become a tripartite affair among the employers, employees and the government. Okay, so whenever we consider industrial relations are that important. Okay, means to have healthy relations within the industry. Why it is important? Okay, if you want to ensure production, okay, if you want to ensure production activity, म्हणजे प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी व्यवस्थित चालू राहावी असं जर तुम्हाला वाटत असेल तर एम्प्लॉयर, एम्प्लॉई अँड गव्हर्मेंट ह्या तिन्हीचे जे रिलेशन्स आहेत ते साऊंड असले पाहिजेत. ओके, सो वेनेवर वी कन्सिडर द रिलेशन्स बिटवीन employer, employee and government, okay, there are n number of factors which can turn the sound relations into unsound relations. Okay, what are the different reasons? See, for example, okay, if the employee is not satisfied with the employer, if the employer is not satisfied with the employee, okay, what can happen? There will be severe clashes between these two personalities. Okay, see, many of the time employees have their demand, okay, employer also has demand, okay, employer, employees, if they can't settle upon a single factor, okay, upon a single decision, okay, employees, what they think that the employer should allow him to participate in the decision making process, okay, which is related to him, okay, and what the employer feels that yes, employers feels that the employee should not be having such demands, as it more demands, okay, he should be satisfied in what we are providing. Okay, see, both are right at their with their viewpoints, okay, and no one from these two people, they are ready to compromise, they are not ready to compromise. Okay, then what will happen? Yes, if they are not ready to compromise, then yes, after some period of time, okay, they will go conflicting, is it? Okay, so whenever we consider such type of industrial disputes, okay, due to this industrial dispute, the productivity of the organization can badly be affected. Okay, the productivity can badly be affected. So, if we think that the production process should be uninterrupted, the industry should always be uninterrupted, then what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to look after each and everything which are which can result into conflict. Okay, which can result into conflict. Okay, so let's see what are the different measures which we can take so as to prevent and settle the industrial disputes. First thing is, yes, it is always readily said that prevention is better than cure. Okay, means if you think that something might result into industrial conflict, okay, something might be conflicting, okay, if you get okay, if you get on okay, for example, if you think that this issue can result into conflict or dispute, okay, or something is disputable, then yes, immediately what you are required to do is prevent. Okay, so it is always said that prevention is better than cure. Means what? Okay, if you think that something might result into disputable phase, yes, try to control it at that time itself. Okay, you can okay, what you can do, you can, yes, you can settle it down, okay, by discussing, by conversating, by communicating. Okay, or else there are certain other ways through which you can control such type of things. Okay, see, it is possible to settle industrial disputes if timely steps are taken. Yes, surely, okay, surely, if टाइमली ओके, म्हणजे वेळेतच काही गोष्टी तुम्ही केल्यात तर कॉन्फ्लिक्टपासून वाचू शकता. ओके, व्हॉट इज इट देन? Okay, there are different measures. Okay, first thing is communication. Okay, and see, many of the disputes many of the disputes, they happen due to miscommunication itself. ओके, मिसकम्युनिकेशनमुळेच बऱ्याच वेळी रिलेशन्स हार्म होऊ शकतात. ओके, इंडस्ट्रियल रिलेशन्स, एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉईचे रिलेशन्स हार्म होऊ शकतात. ओके, इफ द कम्युनिकेशन इज प्रॉपर, ओके, इफ what the employer wants to communicate with the employee and what the employee wants to communicate with the employer, if it is good, okay, if the message is transferred in the same way, if it is positively communicated, okay, if the viewpoints of both employer as well as employee is same, then surely, okay, it will result into good communication and never there will be industrial conflict. Okay, so whenever we think about industries, okay, if some factors, okay, if you come to know or if you notice that some factors can result into disputes, okay, at that time itself try to prevent, try to settle, okay, at the initial stage or primary stage itself. Okay, the government has taken various steps to see that the industrial disputes are settled peacefully. Okay, means see, the government is taking efforts. Okay, the government is taking efforts through which okay, how to settle the such type of disputes, okay, in silent way. Okay, they have considered this. Okay, they have considered this. Okay, then the government has taken some steps to see the industrial relations or industrial disputes, they are settled peacefully. Okay, firstly, the government has constituted tripartite conferences for various industries. Okay, means 3-tier or the committee consisting of 3 people. Okay, it is settled or it is set down so that, okay, if such type of issues, such type of grievances, they are raised, then they can surely, yes, control it down. Firstly, the government has constituted tripartite conferences for various industries. The employers, employees and the government are represented on these conferences. Secondly, statutory provision for the settlement of dispute is provided by the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Okay, as per the Industrial Dispute Act 47, okay, there are certain statutory means by law. Okay, some of the provisions, they are made by law, okay, which will definitely, okay, control the industrial disputes. Okay, the following is the machinery for prevention and settlement of industrial disputes provided by the act. Okay, see, there are various committees and there are various committees appointed by the government, okay, or the statute has been provided with different committees, okay, through which itself, okay, if something goes on conflicting, disputing, it will be resolved at that moment itself. Okay, first thing is works committee. First committee is works committee. What is works committee? See, this committee consists of representatives of workers and employers. Okay, see, this committee, ह्या कमिटीमध्ये, ओके, कोण कोण आहे, वर्कर्स पण आहेत आणि एम्प्लॉयर्स पण आहे. म्हणजे कोण, एम्प्लॉईज पण आहेत आणि एम्प्लॉयर्स पण आहेत. ओके, बोथ, दॅट इज एम्प्लॉयर ॲज वेल ॲज एम्प्लॉई. ओके, बोथ एम्प्लॉयर्स as well as employees. Okay, both, they are included in works committees. Okay, under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947, see what is mentioned into Industrial Act 1947. Works committees exist in industrial establishments in which 100 or more workmen are employed during the previous year. So, see, this committee consists of representatives of workers and employers. Okay, under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 itself, works committee exists in industrial establishment in which 100 or more workmen are employed during the previous year. Okay, means where you can establish such type of work committee. Yes, where 100 or more workmen are employed. Okay, it consists of an equal number of representative of workmen and employers. Okay, means see, if you are appointing 10 representatives, okay, means 5 will be representatives of workers and 5 will be representatives of employers. Okay, then it is the duty of the Works Committee to promote measures for securing and preserving amity and good relations between employer and workmen. See, this work committee, what it does, yes, it preserves the रिलेशन्स बिटवीन एम्प्लॉयर अँड वर्कमॅन. ओके, म्हणजे ह्या दोघांमधील जे रिलेशन्स आहे ते अफेक्ट होऊ नये म्हणूनच ही कमिटी बिल्डअप केलेली आहे. ओके, सो देन इट ऑल्सो डील्स विथ सर्टन मॅटर्स, दॅट इज कंडिशन्स ऑफ वर्क, amenities, safety and accidental prevention, educational and recreational activities, promotion of thrift and saving, etc. Okay, see, in this committee what are the matters which are dealt? Okay, the facilities which should be provided to the workers, whether they are provided or not provided. Okay, this first thing is considered. Then the second thing which is considered is, okay, whether the fair wages as well as fair remuneration is provided to the employee or not. Okay, whether it is provided or not. Okay, then safety and accidental measures. Okay, safety and accidental prevention measures, some recreational facilities, activities, are they provided or not? Okay, because see, the employees, they are seriously in need of all these activities and facilities. Okay, whether the companies, they are providing this or not, because many of the time due to these reasons also the employees may go conflicting, is it? So for that, works committee is appointed. Okay, which consists of employer as well as employee. Okay, means some of the representatives of the employees, they are appointed, as well as some representatives of employers are also mentioned. Okay, म्हणजे समजा 10 जणांची कमिटी असेल ती, तर 5 एम्प्लॉयर्सचे रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्स आणि 5 एम्प्लॉईजचे रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्स त्याच्यामध्ये असतात. ओके, देन वर्क्स कमिटी विल नॉट डील विथ द फॉलोइंग आयटम्स. ओके, ह्या गोष्टी त्याच्यामध्ये इन्क्लूड केल्या जात नाहीत बघा. wages and allowance, bonus and profit sharing schemes, rationalizations and matters connected with fixation of workload, matters connected with the fixation of standard labor force, programs of planning and development, retrenchment and layout. Okay, victimization for trade union activities, provident fund, gratuity schemes, and the retiring benefit, okay, quantum of leave and national and festival holidays, incentive schemes, housing facilities. These things are not included. Okay, these things are not included. Okay, then what is included? See, some of the facilities, conditions of work which are very much needed, they are included. Okay. Then the second is conciliation officer. Okay, conciliation officers. Who are these officers? Okay, let's see. See, conciliation officers. Okay, conciliation officers. Who are these officers? Okay, conciliation officers are appointed by government under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Okay, conciliationचं मीनिंग काय आहे बघा पहिल्यांदा. Conciliation means stopping someone. ओके, स्टॉपिंग समवन. ओके, कोणाला तरी थांबवायचं आहे. कोणाला थांबवायचं आहे? ओके, समवन हू इज व्हेरी अँग्री. ओके, जो कोणी रागात आहे त्याला थांबवणे म्हणजेच कन्सिलिएशन. Okay, so conciliation officers, okay, they are appointed by whom? By the government under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. The duties of conciliation officer are given below. Okay, see, this person who is appointed by the government to settle the industrial disputes, what he is supposed to do. Okay, he has to do everything for bringing a fair and amicable settlement of dispute. Okay, त्याने सर्व गोष्टी करायच्यात ज्याच्या थ्रू, ओके, ज्याच्या थ्रू काय होणार आहे? येस, थ्रू दॅट देअर शुड बी सेटलमेंट ऑफ डिस्प्यूट. ओके, इन केस ऑफ पब्लिक utility service, he must hold conciliation proceedings in the prescribed manner. Okay, the manner, the chronology which he is offered with. Okay, the chronology with which he is offered with, that thing, that prescribed manner is supposed to be given to him. He shall send a report to the government if the dispute is settled in the course of conciliation proceeding along with the memorandum of the settlement signed by the parties. Okay, means see, if there are certain issues into industrial disputes, okay, if two parties they are conflicting, okay, what this person is supposed to do? This person is supposed to stop both of them. Okay, try to cool down both the persons. Okay, and if such type of dispute or conflict it is resolved, okay, अशा प्रकारचं कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिझॉल्व झालं तर काय करायचं आहे? कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिझॉल्व झाल्यानंतर दोघांची ही सही घ्यायची आहे त्या रिपोर्टवरती, अँड दॅट रिपोर्ट इज टू बी सेंड टू होम? टू द गव्हर्मेंट. ओके, दॅट रिपोर्ट इज टू बी सेंड टू द, ओके, देन yes, where no settlement is reached, conciliation officer sends a report to the government setting forth the steps taken by him for ascertaining the facts, circumstances relating to dispute and the reasons on account of which settlement could not be reached. Okay, see, if this person, this conciliation officer, okay, if this conciliation officer, if he is नॉट एबल टू रिझॉल्व द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, म्हणजे अशा प्रकारचं जे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट त्या इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये होतं, एम्प्लॉयर अँड एम्प्लॉईमध्ये होतं, ओके, ते कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जर तो सेटल करू शकलाच नाही, ओके, देन ऑल्सो ही इज सपोज टू येस फॉरवर्ड अ रिपोर्ट, ओके, इन विच, ओके, स्टेप्स टेकन बाय हिम. ओके, कोणकोणते स्टेप्स त्यांनी घेतलेत कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिझॉल्व करण्यासाठी, ही इज सपोज टू मेन्शन दॅट. Okay, he is supposed to mention that into it. Okay, then okay, it is to be sent to the government. Okay, the report shall be submitted within 14 days of the commencement of conciliation proceedings. Okay, in India, Government of Bombay first introduced Conciliation and Labour Officer in 1934 when the Bombay Trade Dispute Conciliation Act was passed. Okay, then third one is Board of Conciliation. Okay, board of conciliation, a board which is established to stop such type of dispute. Okay, the government can also appoint a board of conciliation for promoting settlement of industrial disputes. Okay, the chairman of the board is an independent person, and other members may be 2 or 4, okay, are to be equally represented by the parties to the dispute. Okay, means for example, if 4 people are appointed, then 2 should be the representative of the employer, 2 should be the representative of the employee. Okay, then see the duties which this board is supposed to conduct. First one is to investigate the dispute and all matters affecting the merits and do all things as it thinks fit for the purpose of inducing the parties to come to a fair and amicable settlements. Okay, they are supposed to investigate. Okay, investigation करायचं आहे. Okay, upon the matter due to which dispute has been started. Okay, a report has to be sent to the government by the board whether the dispute is resolved or not. Okay, see whether the dispute is settled, the board is supposed to report to the government. Whether it is not settled, then also they are supposed to report it to the government. Okay, within 2 months of the date on which the dispute was referred to it. Okay, then the court of inquiry. The government may appoint a court of inquiry for inquiring into any industrial dispute. Okay, see, court of inquiry is another body appointed by the government, okay, to have inquiry of such type of industrial dispute. Okay, a court may consist of one person or more than one person. In that case, one of the persons will be the chairman. Okay, means this court is of one or more than one people. Okay, the court shall inquire into matters and submit its report to the government within a period of 6 months. Okay, means what the court is supposed to do? The court is supposed to collect information related to dispute and submit it to the government. Okay, नेमकं काय झालेलं आहे हे गव्हर्नमेंटला सांगायचं within 6 months. Okay, then labor courts. Okay, the government has set up labor courts for dealing with the matters specified in the second schedule of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. These matters include, okay, see, labor courts, yes, they are also scheduled in Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Okay, what they are supposed to do? Yes, what are the matters which are included into labor courts? The proprietary or legality of an order passed by an employer under the standing orders, the application and interpretation of standing orders, discharge or dismissal of workmen including reinstatement or grant or relief to the workmen wrongfully dismissed, okay, withdrawal of any customary concession or privilege, illegality or otherwise of a strike or lockout, and all matters other than those specified in the third schedule. Okay, see, if there is an order passed by an employer under the standing orders, okay, then the application and interpretation of standing orders, okay, means related to standing orders if something is done, okay, discharge or dismissal of workmen including reinstatement or grant or relief to workmen wrongfully dismissed, okay, then withdrawal of any customary concession or privilege, okay, if any concession is withdrawn, then illegality or otherwise of a strike or lockout, okay, if strike or lockout is there, all matters other than those specified in the third schedule. ओके, थर्ड शेड्यूलमध्ये मेन्शन केलेल्यापेक्षा वेगळं काय असेल तर ते सगळे लेबर कोर्टमध्ये रिझॉल्व केले जातात. Okay, then industrial tribunal. Industrial tribunal. A tribunal is appointed by the government for the adjudication of industrial disputes. Okay, to solve the industrial dispute itself, okay, tribunal is appointed relating to any matters specified in the third schedule. Okay, these matters are, okay, industrial tribunals discuss the matters given below: wages including the period and mode of payment, compensatory and other allowances, hours of work and rest interval, okay, leave with wages and holidays, bonus, profit sharing, provident fund and gratuity, shift working otherwise than in accordance with standing orders, classification by grades, rules of discipline, rationalization, retrenchment of workmen and closure of establishment. Okay, any other matter also might be specified into this. The industrial tribunal consists of only one person who is appointed by the government. Okay, बघा इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रिब्युनलमध्ये एक व्यक्ती असतो who is appointed by government. He should either be a judge of a high court or district judge for a period of not less than 3 years. It makes an award after hearing the parties to the dispute and the award is binding on them. Okay, then the National Tribunal. The National Tribunal, what is National Tribunal? National Tribunal is constituted by the central government for adjudication of industrial disputes involving questions of national importance. A national tribunal shall consist of one person only to be appointed by the central government. A person who is or has been a judge of high court or who has held the office of the chairman or the member of the labor appellate tribunal is eligible for the appointment of this tribunal. Okay, see this national tribunal, yes, it is constituted by the central government. Okay, and what it deals with the resolving of disputes. Okay, so with this we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.